We're going to teach a progression for a back fall. Sit Indian style. Bring your hands up crossed in front of you. Roll your neck. Don't just tuck your chin in. Roll your spine as if you're looking at your belly button or your belt buckle. Go over backwards. Your elbows go out a little bit. You slap again. Palm the forearm. Bring your hands up to cover your face, cover your groin, cock a foot, so that you're ready to fend yourself off. Somebody's attacking you, you can fend them off. As you fall, start Indian style, feet crossed, arms crossed, elbows out, back, slap close to your body, 45. Cock your foot, bring your hands up to cover your face and groin. Now I did that slow. It looks like this, done fast. It looks like this, done fast. Couple of points. When you slap, don't have your arm out here, straight out, close to the body. Once it slaps, bring it back up to cover your face, bring it back up to cover your groin. Get a foot cocked, one foot or the other, so that you can fend off an attacker if they're coming in. You don't want to be out here because if eventually you want to roll behind yourself, you're going to get that arm in there, it's going to get caught in your way. If your arm is in here and you go to roll out, you can get out of the way. Progression. Squat. Now the only thing you want to caution your students about is don't stick your arms out behind you. You'll hurt yourself. And curl your pelvic arch in so you're sitting down on the round part of your bottom. Don't sit down on the little tailbone that sticks out underneath. You'll crack it. You'll hurt yourself. So it's just roll, fall, come to a defensive position. Squat. Roll, fall, come to a defensive position. So you're ready to protect yourself. Let's talk about a little bit about how to get up from that position. A lot of people want to get up off the ground if they've been knocked down. Put your hand in, push up. Well, if the attacker's coming in from this side, you've got no protection. You want your hands in front of you to protect yourself. How are you going to get up off the ground? You're falling down or being shoved down without using your hands. Use your whole body. You land, tuck the foot underneath. As you come up, roll past your center on that leg. Now get up. If I get hit while I'm here, I've still got some protection. To get up, I'm going to shift that leg and stand up, go to wherever I want to go. Show you that from the side, so use both sides. I've landed. Blam! Cock my foot. I want to get up. This foot's tucked underneath. Roll past your center. Past your center. So that you can just stand up and come out of that. Going both ways. If I try to come up, imagine a plumb line drop from the ceiling straight down. If I try to come up from behind, I got to do this to get off the ground. And I leave myself completely vulnerable. So what I want to do is I want to roll forward past the center. When I roll forward past the center, my weight's over here. Now, coming up off the ground is easy. Now, progression for this is just like the progression for the flat front fall. I don't want to fall from up here. If I had to fall out of a double bunk bed, I have a choice. I can fall out of the top bed in the bunk. I can fall out of the bottom bed in the bunk. I'd rather fall out of the bottom bunk. It's closer to the ground. It's going to hurt less to land. So if I'm being shoved backwards, I'm being shoved backwards. If I fall from up here, I'm sticking my arms out, trying to keep from getting hurt. If as I fall, I just collapse into the ground, I've got a lot less distance to go down. So the progression, not this to get up. Huzzah! Oh. The progression. Stand up, squat out, take your fall. Roll back to your feet. We teach our students to front roll from a kneeling position first. No movement, just a kneeling position. Right foot forward, kneel down. Take your hand. Put your fingers together. Turn your shoulder. Because you're going to roll up this arm and across the shoulder. Get your head out of the way. Push. And roll over. I'll back it up a little bit in case I went off the camera. Teach the student to roll. Foot forward. Kneel down. This arm's the one I'm going to roll on. Turn it. Back of the hand down. Link the fingers together. Turn it so that I'm looking back through there. Push off this foot and just roll over. Keep it simple. Now, that fall done from a standing position, I do the same thing as the progression. I'm going to lower myself to the ground. So as I go down, lower, hand in, lower, down, roll. Now, that's a flat fall where you're turning out to the side. If you want to turn that into a roll, come to your feet. Your foot's going to go underneath you just like it did on coming up out of the front fall. So I'm going to back up a little bit, almost off the camera, so I've got room enough to do this in this space. But as I hit, land, leg underneath, come back up. Side falls are taught on the ground first. You're going to hit with the outside edge of your foot, the bottom part of your leg, the outside part of your thigh. So this is hitting. You're also going to hit with the bottom of this other foot. Now, you have a choice. You can have that foot in front. You can have that foot behind. What you don't want to do is come down and kick your own ankle as you're being thrown and maybe make some small fractures in your leg. So, behind, in front. You're going to slap close to yourself with this hand, and you're going to bring it back up to cover. Now, normally this kind of fall is going to be done to you because somebody's got this arm. So you aren't going to be able to slap with both hands. What we do if we're practicing by ourselves is just tuck this out of the way and pretend it's not there. Well, it won't be there if your attacker, your opponent, or the competitor in a match is throwing you. So just tuck it in. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip. Lift our legs up, change position, this hand tucked in. Slap, bring it back up. Slap. You have 3 points of contact at once. The outside of this leg, the bottom of that foot, and this arm are all hitting at once. When I go back the other way, they're all hitting at once. Stack, spreads, force out as much as I can. Now, progression, same progression as the other throws. Go to a squat. Squat. Kick this leg directly across in front of you. Squat down. This is the leg that's hitting. This is the slapping hand. This is the one that's being held by my attacker. And hand back up as soon as I can for cover. Push down to the other side. This is the slapping hand. This is the landing leg. This is foot's already on the ground. This hand is the trapped hand or the quad hand. And bring it back up to cover. Progression, standing. Same progression. Get yourself closer to the ground if you can. Don't fall from up here. You're just lifting this leg, this same side. Leg and arm are both going to hit. So I'm just going to sweep them back across the front of me, and I'm going to bend this knee down to the ground, bring your slap back up to cover. Once you hit, bring your kick back up to cover if you want. So swing the same side arm and leg, out, down, slap, cover. This time it's this side. Both this arm and this leg. Swing them directly across you. Sit down, slap, cover. This exercise calls toe, chin, buck. Up, step down, up, step down, up, step. Higher up you bring your leg, the better. So I'm an old guy, so I can't bring it up that high. There are a number of exercises called Ki exercises, Ki breathing exercises, or Impo exercises. They're all designed to give you breath control. They're all designed to have you work from your tangen, the center of your diaphragm, the muscular structure, the lower part of your abdomen, and inch or two below your belly button. This is the tangen, center, and it's basically the base of your diaphragm. When you breathe, breathe a little bit like a baby does. Do stomach breathing. Breathe in and out. You can look at your stomach. Breathe in and out from here. So that when you exhale air, when you shout command, you don't shout from up here in your throat. Down here in your belly. Diaphragm. Put your hands on your diaphragm and feel it move when you project. Now, we do not do loud Ki-ops. I learned loud Ki-ops. The problem is you may be in environments, you may be fighting in the jungle, you may be in a situation where you do not want to call attention to yourself. So yelling, "Ha! Here I am," is not a good idea. Just so it can't be heard a long distance away. You're going to breathe air in through your nose. That's how the human body was designed. You're going to hold it for a split second, out through your mouth. So the counts on all of these Ki exercises are inhale for 8 count. A short expulsion of half the breath. Traditional would have been, "Huh!" Hold half the air. Modern Hapkido is going to go, half the air goes out. 8 count inhale through the nose. Exhale half. Press the abdomen for an 8 count. Exhale the balance of the breath. Repeat the cycle. Now I'll show you the exercises, but what you're doing is you're tightening up your diaphragm. You're learning to breathe in through your nose. Exhale half your air, save the other half. Do an exercise, let the other half out. If you let all your air out at once, and you're in a confrontation, and you've just expelled all your breath, and you're hit, you'll be fighting to get your breath. So you need to save part of that air. First exercise, bend your knees and relax, hands on your hips, in the form of a fist. Inhale, or an 8 count. Exhale half, pop the fingers apart. 8 count. Hana, dul, set, nas, dasit, yasit. Ilgo, yadul. Relax and let it out. It is a snapping forward of both hands. Inhale for an 8 count. Half the air out. Pop your fingers apart. Push forward as if electricity was going through your hands for an 8 count. Bring it up like you were bringing the big ball up, putting it on a shelf by your eyes. When you get it all the way up there, let the last of the air out and relax. Ki exercise number 1. Ki exercise number 2. Same breathing patterns, same inhale for 8, same exhale half the breath for 8, same doing some kind of physical exercise at the end of it, exhale the balance of the breath and relax. In this case, my hands are in fists crossed across my body. I inhale. Half the air out. Pop the fingers apart at the same time. On an 8 count, pull my hands like electricity was going through my fingers across my chest. Bring them down to the inseam of my body. Bring them all the way down till I'm almost at my knees. Exhale the last part of the breath. Inhale. Start over. Ki exercise number 2. Ki exercise number 3. Arms out. Inhale. Arms out. Exhale. Snap your hands over. Electricity going through your hands. Bring your hands around to the front of you. All of these are on the same 8 count inhale. Exhale, 8 count. Scoop as if you're bringing water to your mouth. Out. Hands out. Snap them over. Bring the backs of your hands together slowly on an 8 count. When you finish the 8 count, bring this to you. Scoop. Inhale. Exhale. Bring them around to touch. Scoop the breath to yourself. Ki exercise number 3. Ki exercise number 4. is an exception. This is done on a fast count. And what I'm doing is, my palms are out, my feet are flat. I inhale through my nose, I snap my hands to my chest, I raise my heels off the floor. I push my heels down and I snap my hands out as I exhale. So I'll put a loud breath in this, though I don't suggest it for self-defense purposes. Key exercise number 4. Key exercise number 5 is done from a normal stance, fighting stance. One hand on each hip. Inhale. As you pop the breath out, you open both hands up and you push the forward hand out. Inhale. Change feet. That's not right. Struggle that. Bad, wrong directions. Hang on. Key exercise number 5, hands on your hips. Inhale through your nose. As you exhale, snap your body. You need to turn on your heels or you're going to lose your balance. Snap. Push this hand out, 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 out. Bring it back. This time, when I inhale, exhale. Snap the other way. Push the hand out. Push the hand out. Push the hand out. Key exercise number 5.